Let's get you back to our breaking news story now. A 3-alarm fire shuts and forces patrons out of a popular Queen Street West tavern tonight. Emergency crews are at the scene of the fire in the building that houses the Black Bull Bar on Queen Street West. This is a look right now through our eyes camera. Shortly after 9:30, you could see fire and smoke pouring out of one window on the northwest side of the building. This building is on Queen West at Soho, just east of Spadina. The fire forced the 501 Queen streetcar to divert along Church to King and back up to Spadina in both directions. We want to update you now on this. For more, let's go live to CP24's Devin Soltendijk. Devin.
Hey, Kyle, we're here at the corner of Queen and Soho, as you mentioned, where a fire started around 9:30 p.m. This evening. Now, a lot of people know the name the Black Bull. It is synonymous with Queen Street here in Toronto. And yeah, this is the building where the fire began. But what a lot of people don't know is there are about 18 apartments in this building, in this complex. And on the northwest corner of this building is a one-bedroom apartment. That's where we are told from both fire department officials and residents where this fire began. And when we arrived at 9:30, it was very, very hot. Smoke and flames were pouring out of the last window, again, to the northwest corner of this building. We spoke with a number of residents, one man named Barry, who said that he only found out that there was a fire in the building when a man literally came crashing through his door. We're also told that 2 people were transported to hospital with smoke inhalation, one of whom was in a very serious state as a result of his injuries, taken to hospital. A 50-year-old man, we're told. The second was apparently an 80-year-old man. We're not aware of his condition right now. There are a lot of people just walking the streets right now as the emotional toll really is starting to take effect. People have to rush out of this apartment very, very quickly. Apartment fires happen fast and they get very, very hot. Most people who came out of the apartments in this building had no shoes, some of whom were in shorts and t-shirt. They had to cover themselves with blankets because it is very, very cold out here. But we told you about Barry, a gentleman who lives in this building. He only found out a fire was happening when a man literally came crashing through his door. Smoke then poured into his apartment. Here's his account.
And I was standing there when suddenly, to my 2 doors to my left, the door crashes it open. A man comes tumbling out of the room, billows of smoke following him, and I thought, oh my God. I went to grab the extinguisher, which is by his door, but there was so much smoke coming out of the room, I couldn't get to close enough to do anything.
So that was Barry. He lives on the 3rd floor of this building. He echoed pretty much the same thing that everybody else who lives in this building told us. They're devastated at the loss of their possessions, but obviously they're happy to have escaped with their lives. The human toll could have been much worse, especially considering the 3-alarm blaze of this fire. Jean Lee is standing by with some updates. We are going to go to her in just a minute. In the meantime, Kyle, I'll throw it on back inside to you.
All right, Devin, thank you very much. We are taking a live look over the scene right now. As you can see, the flames no longer burning this 3-alarm fire at the building which houses the Black Bull restaurant. Now, power has not been cut to the building, and we're also hearing mostly water damage to the businesses below, and officials not worried about a collapse. Now, CP24's Ji-Yun Lee has been speaking with fire officials. She joins us now. Ji?
Hi, Kyle. Yes, this is still considered an active fire and will be for a while. 70 firefighters initially battled this blaze, 16 trucks. You can see that there are still firefighters up on the roof and on that upper floor. You can see the lights coming through the window there. And basically what they're doing is going through each room just to make sure that the building is safe and the structure is safe. We did speak to fire services earlier, and they said this was a very intense fire and they needed to battle it immediately with as many people as possible.
It was a very intense fire right from the start. Crews, of course, quickly made entry, escalated the alarm level to get more personnel on scene. The key is to get ahead of it. We were able to do that.
And the good news is fire services say the building structurally is safe. It's not going to collapse. Now joining me is Mark Sosha. He actually works as a doorman in the Black Bull, which is at the bottom of this building there. And describe to me what happened when the fire alarms went off.
Basically at first nothing really much happened. Everybody assumed it was a false alarm, I would imagine. And I ran into the kitchen. There was no fire there. So I went upstairs to check the second, third floor. The second floor was fine. Didn't seem to be any problem. When I got to the third floor, there was smoke billowing out of the staircase. So that's when I basically ran downstairs and told the staff and everybody that there was an actual fire. We need to get everybody out of there. Everybody piled out the door. Everybody seemed to keep under control. And after that, we basically went upstairs again to make sure that everybody, all the residents were out safely.
You actually pulled out the first person out of this building that was transported to hospital. What was his condition like?
He was fine. He was just, for him basically, he's an older gentleman. He can't really move very fast. So as everybody was able to run out of the building, he needed a little bit of help and a little bit of persuasion to make him realize that it was an actual emergency. And but we ended up getting him down safely, and after that we went back to the third floor, and there was stuff falling from the ceiling, and it was too much smoke. We couldn't get in. We could hear somebody in there. That's when the firefighters arrived, and they basically went into the third floor with their masks, and they pulled the second guy out, which I believe he's all right. He was unconscious for a little while, but he woke up. I think he just got a lot of smoke.
Was it a scary situation at some point once you started to see the buildup of smoke and the intensity of the fire grew?
Yeah, at first it wasn't such a big deal until the smoke got thicker and everybody was coughing and the stuff started dripping from the ceilings, and then after that it got a little, I was a little bit worried after that, but everybody's got out safe, and I think everything's going to turn out fine.
Now it's leading up to the long weekend. Was the pub packed?
It was full, yeah. It was. If it was a nicer day, the patio would be full. There was nobody on the patio, but the inside of the bar was packed.
Did everyone get out calmly? Was it very calm, or were people panicking?
I think everybody was pretty calm. I mean, we were worried about them paying the bill or just getting out right away, and I think we decided just to get everybody out right away once we noticed how serious it was.
Thank you so much for joining us, and I'm glad to hear that everyone got out safely. Thank you so much. And that's Mark Socha. He's the doorman at the Black Bull. Now, I did speak to the owner of this actual building, and he said this isn't the first time a fire has taken place. There was a very minor one a few years back, but nowhere near what we are seeing tonight. And they are unclear at this point when the Black Bull will be open, when any of the businesses underneath will be open. But the good news is the structure has been deemed safe by fire services, and hopefully everything will get back to normal once fire services has been able to clear everything out. The one thing though is that there may be water damage to the businesses below, but other than that, the structure is safe. Kyle, back to you.
All right, G, thank you very much, and we'll recap some of these points for our viewers. This call came in tonight at 9:27, this 3-alarm fire at the building which houses the Black Bull at the corner of Queen and Soho, Queen West and Soho. Firefighters had this under control, though, by 10:58 p.m. A man in his 50s is at Toronto General Hospital right now with burns and smoke inhalation. A man in his 80s is also in hospital. His injuries are unclear. Now, this was, the fire broke out in a third-floor apartment. The Black Bull was not involved in the fire, but as G just told us there, the bar was packed at the time. Everyone made it out okay. Officials telling us they are not worried about a collapse. The structure is fine. Power has not even been cut to the structure. However, the water damage will be significant to the businesses below. As always, be sure to keep it right here on CP24. We will continue to follow this breaking news story for you.